Shaggietrip here, Thanksgiving 2017. What I'm going to do today is cook my turkey in cast iron. Picked this up a few years back and never used it. Looked up some recipes, pretty hard to find on this particular cast iron. There are some turkey cast iron cooks in a regular Dutch oven. This one in particular has the cone in it. There's some call them an ultimate turkey roaster. Mine is not got the imprint on the lid, so I don't know if it's a knockoff or what, but I picked it up. I'm going to use it this year. I smoked turkeys, I put turkeys in the oven, and I barbecued them or grilled them. First time cast iron, so we're going to learn and see what we end up with on whatever research I could find to make this cook successful. So the only one thing I'm missing is Bob. Bob had prayer engagements, so he may pop in. I don't know that at this point. So we're going to miss him. So we're going to cook this up and see what we come up with. But before we do that, we're going to head out and see what I got set up for the grill. Now before we go and look at the setup, this is a little over 16 pound turkey. This particular cast iron is the cone and one grate. I did not have two with it. As you can see, there's a notch in here for a thermometer. So when the lid's on, it's got a kind of another notch in here for the thermometer. So I'm going to show you what that ends up looking. It's got an arrow, so you can line it up. I have a thinner one out there, but if you look, you got a little gap in here. I really don't like that at this point. I'm going to try my thinner one. We'll take a look at that. So that's the setup. The Ultimate Turkey Roaster one has an imprinted, casted emblem and everything on top. This one does not. So I thought I'd give you a closer look at what I and you or someone else may be working with. There's the cone. Goes all the way through. So, alright, I'll give you a little look at that. Okay, here's where the thermometer, you can see the lineup mark. And there's the notch right there. This is the gap I'm concerned about. You know, I'm really not very comfortable with that. So I doubt if I'm going to even check the temp till after the recommended cook time. And keep in mind I'm going to have to rotate this lid and the bottom on the coals to get a more even cook in the first place. So it really concerns me to have such a gap in there if I got to concentrate on rotating coals and replacing coals for heat. So I'm going to do the... Okay, we're outside. As you can see, the coals are going on this grill. I'm going to pan you over and explain how I'm going to set up the Dutch oven on this other grill here. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to transfer the coals over here. I'm going to put 8 on the bottom and 18 on the top. Now keep in mind this is only going to take half the time as a regular conventional oven. And I'm just amazed at the cast iron and its efficiency. And once again, I haven't tried it, so we're going to find out if that actually is the truth. So anyway, that's kind of the quick synopsis of what's going on. We'll go in there, we'll load up the bird, and then we'll place the coals and see what happens. Let's take it inside. Oh, by the way, beautiful day today, 44 degrees, sunny, and no chemtrails. See you soon. Alright, we're back inside with the bird. We got our cast iron. A couple items before I get rolling here. they want me to spray this with a non-stick spray. I just had it seasoned it a couple days ago, so I'm a little weary about it. I'm going to go ahead and do it because I don't want to deviate from the recipes too much. So we're going to find out how that rolls. I just don't quite understand it. It says no oil, but you're supposed to spray it. Another item, it's asked me to split the back up here and spread it apart to get it to seat. I don't know if I'm going to have to do that, seeing how it's only 16 pounds. So I'm going to pre-fit it, see how it sits. If it sits fine, I'm going to leave it. Another point was to make sure that this cone comes up through the bird. So I may have to do it to squash it out. So what they're asking me to do is cut up the back here a couple inches, peel it back so I can squat the bird more on the bottom. Didn't say anything about foil in the bottom of the legs, so I'm not going to put foil in it. I get a lot of crap when I use foil, so we're going to run it raw. I will lightly lubricate the turkey with a little oil and put a little more seasoning on it. I'm trusting the brine is where all my flavor is going to come from. Another point, they said if you have room to put potatoes and carrots around it. One reason why I don't want to do that is because I want this bird to be crisp. I'm not going to put the bird in there and then pack a bunch of potatoes and carrots around it to seal off the skin. So I have a whole separate side situation going on. So that's my thoughts. I guess I'm going to spray it down and get the bird fit before my coals are done. So I thought I'd give you a little explanation on where I'm heading. Post any comments you have on any particular item or situation I'm doing or technique. That way we can all gain and learn from this. So let me get a pre-fit, see what happens, and then I'm going to have to peel it back like recommended to make sure that this cone comes up through that neck cavity. And the legs go in first, as you will see. Alright, looking at this visually with my beaver eye, I can see that this height is way too tall for that. So I'm going to do what was recommended. And I'm going to cut up the back here and pull it out to get it to squat in there. So let's see how this works out for me. Pull that out and spread the legs. Alright. Let's see how she sits. Quite seeing that cone come through there. She's about 3 inches down. So that's a little concerning. So I've got the peel that back a little more. Alright. We're concerned about too much getting on that back side there. Smells wonderful, I'll give it that. So I had her squatted down as far as I can go. My top of my cone is probably 3.5 inches down. So what I want to do with this, and I'm going to trim that off. I'd really like to have some crispy skin, but I don't want to block the airflow. So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to tuck that skin in a little. See where that hole is. The back breastbone is a little bit in the way. Cut it in a little bit. Alright, so I have airflow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll skin. So I'm going to tuck that in, making sure I have an airflow coming up through here. I don't know how they would get that cone all the way through. I mean, you basically have to lop half the frickin' bird in half. So I'm going to just make sure I have airflow and get my wings tucked in. I'm going to season it up and then I'll give you some tighter shots. Alright, I did not add oil. It was still a little wet, so I just dusted it very lightly with the seasoning. So you can see how the legs are squatted in there a little bit. Let me show you. Now down there, that tail, which looks like a tail, is actually the other one's over there. That's where I cut on the side of the backbone and pried it up to get this turkey to squat a little better. So I hit it really lightly because I want my brine to shine. My brine to shine. Buttermilk brine. Only a half gallon buttermilk. About 2.5 gallons of water. 3/4 cups of salt. 3/4 cups of sugar. Threw some granulated garlic in there. 4 bay leaves. And basil. And maybe some thyme. About a tablespoon of each of those. So we're going to find out. I'm going to go check the coals. So I did what I didn't want to do, which was spray it with non-stick oil. You guys would comment whether that's a good idea or bad. Since I just seasoned this thing 2 days prior. And here we go. Now I'm starting out dry, and in 20 minutes I'm going to add 1/4 cup of liquid. So maybe 3/4, because I'm wanting to get some apple juice in there. So I don't want to steam it though. So here again, I've never done this. I'm pushing the boundaries as far as my knowledge, and I couldn't find very much. So let's move forward from here. See you outside. Oh man. I don't know if I have enough good coals. Maybe a reboot. Even close. We'll get some more going right away. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8. Unfortunately, they're not good coals. So. Alright, well, we're going to run with 9. Plug her up there. Ton. Alright, scoot you down. Eight on the bottom and 1, 2, 18 approximately on top. Alright, so there it is. Now once again, I'll be checking temp. So we're going 5 to 8 minutes per pound. So it's like 1.5 hours to 2 hours for the 16-pound plus turkey. I'm going to have to redo the coals here. So in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'll start a new batch of coals. See how these go. And that's supposedly it. Oh yeah, 20 minutes I got to add my liquid. So let's get her up and see what happens. Okay, we're at the 20-minute mark. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to add 2/3 of liquid. 1/3 of apple juice, 1/3 water. I highly recommend getting nice high temp gloves for situations like this. My other helper, Natalie, is going to pour in the juice. And watch out for the steam roll up, if any. Hurry up. Don't let too much heat up. Oh, it smells pretty good. Alright, at this point, 20 minutes, I'm going to rotate the lid. Rotate my iron. and these coals are weak, so I'm going to get some more coals rolling right now and replace them. Okay, after 80 minutes, the temp was only at like 113 in the breast, so I upped the ante. Got 10 coals on the bottom and 21 on the top. I don't want to get too anxious, and I'm going to rotate it in 20 more minutes. I'm going to give it 40 more minutes until I check temp. And by the way, you can hear it cooking. The skin was not too brown, it wasn't dark, it had little hot spots on it. Other than that, not looking too bad at this point. Like I said, 40 more minutes, we'll have a peep. As you've seen, at the 80-minute mark, I upped the ante, went 10 coals on the bottom, and then about 21 on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check temp with you guys, see where we're standing, and have a look at it. Well, alright, so we're looking for between 160 and 170. Alright. Let's see what it looks like. We had some good browning on the top, not much on the sides. So let's check this breast. Pretty tough, man. 142, 147, 50. Bring in on that. I don't know if I can zoom in so you can read it or not. So I'm at about 157. You can see the browning mostly on the top. The bottom does not look too much brown. Might want to pull that out. So the thermometer was at 159 when I pulled it out. Top seems to be cooking well. Not getting much crispiness, doesn't look like, so I kind of what I'm going to do is pull it from the coals right now. I'm going to let it set for 20 minutes in the pot. Then I'm going to pull the turkey itself out and then let that set another 15. Beads, how it's got that heat and everything coned in there. I want to
what are you doing?
sit off. Hey Miguel. So let me brush this off and take it inside.
Hi.
Lady out.
Alright, we're gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull the turkey. I'm not taking this hot shit in the house. Nice heat running around the cone. Here, before I pull it.
Gotta be sorry for that, man.
Oh, really?
Can I open this?
Well, let's see what this temp hits us. That in the breast right there is on 73, still climbing, 74. So I had to pull it despite not liking the crust in 75.
Why'd you put wood on this? Did the handle break?
Nope, because I like that handle better. Alright, so let's pull this off, see how easy she comes out. Oh, came out pretty nice. Take a look at what it looks like. Straight off the cast iron looking. I don't like the crust, but we'll talk about it later time.
You know nobody's watching you.
Let's get this in. You know what? Open the door before I burn myself.
Oh, you
Alright, so I pulled it out. I admit, the skin was not crisp. Now there's some hot spots that I showed you during the cook. Other than that, it tastes really beautiful. I had to pull the skin, as you can see over here. There's the carcass. Pretty much just twisted off. It's really tender. I don't know. It's done for sure. I think 172, 174 is my hot spot in some of them. Other than that, 165, I think. So, we're going to chow down, and thanks for watching. Post your comments. There's my messy plate.
Damn it!
Everybody says it's good.